Life isn't happening to you, life is responding to you. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can get life working for you instead of against you. My name is Dan Lefebvre, and I work with digital agency owners that are scaling to 7 figures, and I have absolutely nothing to sell you here because we do not know each other. As I said in the beginning, life isn't happening to you, life is responding to you. So if you look around the world and you see how life is reflecting things back to you, then you can get a gauge on what's working for you and what's not. And there's one big problem that's causing all of this, and most people don't see it. I call it mental blindness disease. People don't realize that they're mentally blind to what's going on around them. For example, if I walk around my neighborhood in the morning and I see a sign on the garbage can that says no household waste, yet I see bags of garbage from people's households in those bins. Why? Well, because it says the words household waste on the bin, just like it says don't drink and drive on the signs on the highway and the freeways. Yet people drink and drive all the time. Why is that? How come they are going around drinking and driving and throwing their household waste in bins? Why is this happening? Well, it's because we're not setting intentions for what we want. We're not focusing our attention on what we want, where we want to go. What we're doing is just letting the world happen to us. It's whirling around us. I heard that years ago, that the world is whirling around us all the time, and there's things happening all the time, and it's a matter of how do we respond to that. And most times, if we react, guess what happens? Then we have a pattern. And as soon as we react twice, that's a pattern. That's a habit. So if we start looking around the world a little bit more and think intentionally, and if we stop reading these signs, because these signs are basically telling us to do things that we don't want to do, like you likely don't want to drink and drive because you know the risks of being fined or having an accident and injuring somebody or yourself or killing somebody or yourself. You don't want to do that, right? So those signs say don't drink and drive, but then the drink and drive is the only part that's registered. Psychologically, we don't even see the word don't or no, and then household waste. We just see household waste. And so, of course, we just put household waste in there. It's not registering that we shouldn't be doing it. If it was intentional, the garbage bin should say only street waste or only, only waste from the park, something like that. And the signs should say drink and drive responsibly, something like that, or drink responsibly. There might be signs like that, but you don't see them quite often. So we're not living with intention. The government's not living with intention. They're not putting intentional messages out there. We're getting confused. We're getting conflicted. We're trying to simplify our lives and get the things we want, but it's not happening. Well, that's because of mental blindness disease. That's because we are mentally blind to the things that are going on around us. We don't think about them. And we're not thinking about our intentions on a daily basis. Like, ask yourself, do you write down what your intentions are for the day? Do you write down like the 3 major goals that you're going to accomplish that day, or the 3 tactics or tasks that you're going to accomplish that day, and then go and get them done? Are you that intentional about your day? Or do you just get up and just look at what's going on, check your inbox and check and see what's going on in the world and what you need to respond to? Or should I say react to? Because when you're reacting to things, that's not intentional. You're not thinking, well, hey, these are the things I need to do today, and I'm going to do them with intention and with focus and give my undivided attention to them. I'm just going to do things that come my way. And that's the way most people live. They're looking for problems that other people have to solve instead of solving their own problems. Because if you did that, then you would simplify what's going on. You'd make what's complex, your situations, and make them easier. You know, I just had some things happen recently where I had a roof repair, some shingles that needed to be replaced, and I wasn't getting it done immediately because I knew that it wasn't a huge problem, yet I knew that it had to be taken care of. So I was looking around for opportunities. I saw somebody in my neighborhood doing some work on a roof. I went and spoke to them one day. They said they were coming. They didn't show up. And then just yesterday, I saw a roofer again, and I went over. I talked to them for a little bit. We negotiated a fair deal. They came, fixed it, done. That's it. Out of the way. Complex problem, simplified, and done. And you can do that every single time in your business, in your life, and anything you do that you think might be challenging. But you have to be intentional about it. And like I'm saying, we have this problem around the world where we are given messages, whether it's on signs or whether it's on garbage bins or wherever it may be, that is conflicting with what we think is right or best. Like you don't want people that are drinking and driving when you're on the road with your family, do you? You don't want to be out there with them because they might hit you. And that happened when I was 7 years old. I was hit head on. We were hit head on, and 3 people died. The driver that hit us and 2 people in the car with us. Head on collision. Do you want to be in the car where you get hit on like that? No. Well, two people died. I was in a coma. These kinds of things you don't want to have happen to you. But if you live with intention, and even just driving alone, you can be intentional. When I get in the car, I just think intentionally. I might close my eyes for a moment and just say, you know what, hey, road gods, I want to meet people that are caring, kind, and moving down the road and conscientious, paying attention. I want to meet those kinds of people on my journey today, and just set an intention for that, and then go and drive. Versus just going out there and saying, oh, I hope I don't run into any idiots today because they really annoy me. Well, guess what? That's an invitation. So we have to be really, really conscious of what we're doing. Or conscientious, I think, is really what you need to be. You need to think more in terms of what you want, where you're going, what that looks like, what that will feel like, and how you can get what you need easier. Because that's how we're wired. We want to go from A to B the easiest way possible. Psychologically, that's how we're wired. All people are wired that way. That's why when children, you try to get them to do something at first and they're struggling and they're trying to figure things out and asking why do they need to do that and they can't justify it. It's not easy. They don't want to do the hard thing. So then you have to teach them and train them and coax them and guide them until they realize there's a benefit to this, and then they want to do it or they like it and they want to do it. But that's the thing. So how can you get your mind doing what you needed to do? Because this here is an information center. It's a powerful information center. And if you put the right information in, you will get out the results that you want. You need to put in the right information. If you don't, it's going to just spit out whatever information has been stored in there. It might not be good. It might be something that was passed down from your parents or your grandparents or your teachers. That's the kind of information that gets passed down to you. For example, my grade 6 teacher, I just remember him. He was a former football player, played professional football. I remember that he would stand up, and if I was being irritating in the class and annoying, he would just take his big finger and he would point. And he would point me to the corner, and I would go stand in the corner for a while. So I learned that standing in the corner was good discipline. So did I do that with my children? Yeah, I did sometimes. But then I had the realization that this doesn't work. It's not beneficial. My son would actually fall asleep in the corner, leaning against the wall. So, these are the kinds of things that we learned and we do to others, but they're not that beneficial and we don't question them. So we have to be more intentional about what we're doing and how we're living, and every single day look around us and from moment to moment think about, what do I want? And if we have these signs that are appearing, don't drink and drive, and no household waste, and all sorts of different messages and signs coming at us, if they say no or don't, that it's not beneficial. Ignore them. They're not going to help you. They're basically telling you to do the wrong thing. And you need to do the right thing so you can get on the path of least resistance and getting the things you want and enjoying your life. Instead of having complex situations and problems all the time and things to figure out and so on, and problems that are looming. A lot of times there are problems that are out there we don't even know they're coming, and it's because we're not paying attention to what's going on. We don't see the signs. People who get severe illnesses, they didn't see the signs. They didn't listen for the little intuitions, the little nudges. Make a change your diet, change this, change that, make an adjustment. They didn't make the adjustments. And then what happens? It gets so serious, and then they have to go get some medical support. And sometimes that's beneficial. Other times it's not. Sometimes they get medicines that take their life away, take their freedom away. And that's pretty sad. So you have more control over yourself and your life than you think. All that you need to do is set intentions and ignore all of those signs. Because, we have so much power. We have so much power in our mind. We have such a powerful mind. It's like a hard drive, and you can do whatever you want with it. You just need to program it properly and get it working for you. Until you get your mind working for you, your life isn't going to be working for you. It's not going to be a great life. I will tell you, I will be direct with you about that. So think about what you want, live with intention, write them down, move forward, and keep measuring keep looking back and saying, okay, what did I do today? What can I appreciate? What can I celebrate? What makes me feel good about what I did today? All right. So hopefully you enjoyed this. We'll catch you on the next video. Bye.